remember when your mom told me she was pregnant with you. My mind fell into a statistic web full of black men with issues. As I struggled to get out of that statistic web, the cycle of abandonment was trying to keep me from you. I promised myself I would break that generational curse. A black child without a father figure, I know firsthand how much that hurts. The night you was born, you were so tiny and beautiful. It felt like someone had gotten a knife and stabbed me in my heart. I bled love all over you. My heart hurted and was happy at the same time. It was so many bittersweet moments going through my mind. After that night, I knew my life would never be the same. In the back of my mind, I kept hearing, it's time for a change. I was a father thinking I was put here to help you, but in reality, you was put in my life so that it could be rearranged. I remember when you was around one, you noticed me smoking, and I saw you staring and being curious. The scar on my heart had reopened. As blood poured out, it washed the taste out of my mouth. I didn't need a nicotine patch. I was through with smoking. I heard that voice again saying it's time for a change. I realized I was called by God, so my life started to rearrange. One day, everything in my life shattered into a million pieces. After a million tries, I stopped trying to pick up the pieces because my hands wouldn't stop bleeding. The enemy played tricks on my mind. It made me think that you was better off without me. You see, he wanted me to take my life. He said that I'd be free of pain and agony. And you know what? In a twisted way, he was right. But instead of me taking my life, I gave my life to Christ. The old me died that day. I was born again, free of pain and agony. Samaya, when you grew, you started to resemble me. From your eyes to your hands and even to your feet. The more you grew, the more beautiful you became. I was a proud father. Still to this day, my love for you remains the same. But what you didn't know, when you grew into the image of me, I was growing into the image of my Father in heaven. You see, my mind resembled the thoughts he wanted me to think. My heart resembled the love he had for me. My lifestyle resembled the tree of life bearing fruit year round in what he called me to be. He altered my genes into his image. So that means if he shared his blood with me and I shared my blood with you, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. We came from a family line that speaks truth and life. Baby girl, we are royalty. I said all of that to say this. I love you. And who would have known that God had you in my plans to teach me not to rely on man, but to look to the hills to where my help comes from, because my help doesn't come from this land. I thank you, Samaya, for that push I needed to seek his face more than his hands. When you get older, you will understand. If it wasn't for Jesus changing my life, I wouldn't have been in your life as a father or even a godly man.